My beloved son, I know you feel surrounded by people who drain your strength, people who smile at you while wishing to extinguish your light, people you trusted who have now deeply wounded you, and it hurts in the silence of your heart when you wonder why you try to be good, why you never wish harm on anyone and yet end up being the one who suffers the most, why those you called friends are precisely the ones who hurt you the most. Arjuna felt exactly this pain when he found himself on the battlefield of Kurukshetra and realized that some of those he loved were against him, trying to undermine his courage, plant doubts, and spread fear within his soul. And so I went to him not only as God, but as a friend and guide, just as I come to you today, because you too are on the battlefield of your own lives, surrounded by envious friends, manipulative relatives, and people who root for your failure. But listen carefully. As long as you allow their words to control your feelings, you will never be truly free, my beloved. You did not find this message because perhaps your soul called to me when you prayed silently, when your heart cried out even without moving your lips, when you asked why it hurts so much to trust and be hurt, and I saw every tear you hid, every forced smile while you bled inside, every time you stood strong while the world tried to break you. Today I reveal to you the same truth I revealed to Arjuna: how to face betrayal, envy, and toxicity without losing your peace. This is not just advice. It is my voice touching your soul, and when you listen to me to the end, you will never be the same again. Close your eyes and feel it. Have you ever felt surrounded by people and yet completely alone? Have you ever trusted and been betrayed, loved and been hurt, remained silent and yet been attacked? There are people who speak sweetly to you but inwardly wish to see your downfall. And what hurts most is when they are from your family, your circle, your own people. I know, because Arjuna also felt this when he asked me how to fight against those who were destroying him from within. And on that day I told him, I revealed a secret that changed your life and will change yours now. Not everyone who walks beside you walks with you. Some only accompany you to drain your light, break your courage, and poison your soul. But today I teach you to rise so high that no toxic person can touch your peace. This is the same wisdom that freed Arjuna, the same truth that now reaches you, my beloved. The deepest pain doesn't come from strangers, but from the betrayal of those you thought were yours. Arjuna wept as he looked at those he once loved and respected and asked me how he could fight against his own people. And I told him that those who oppose justice and weaken your soul may share blood, but they do not share your destiny. You also know these people: the friend who mocks your dreams, the relative who smiles but burns with your success, the colleague who pretends to help while waiting for your downfall. At first you ignore them, but over time their words corrode your confidence and the poison enters your heart, until you begin to doubt yourself. Arjuna. He also asked why he still felt hurt even knowing the truth, and I replied that it was because he reacted, because each reaction, each attempt to prove his worth, placed chains on his own soul. So listen carefully. Stop allowing their voices to define who you are. Become like the ocean, deep, vast, and undisturbed. Throw flowers or stones. Remain firm, just as the ocean is not agitated by the rivers that flow into it. The wise achieve peace when they do not allow themselves to be dominated by desires and provocations. Silence, my son, is the sharpest sword. Not every offense deserves a response. Not every battle deserves your energy. When you stop reacting, you win without fighting, because those who are toxic only have power as long as you feed them. The instant you choose silence, their dominion crumbles, because those who live to provoke need your reaction to exist. The scriptures already reveal that the obscured nature manifests itself through falsehood, pride, excessive vanity, anger, hardness of heart, and spiritual ignorance. My beloved, to see these scars on others hurt, but it's necessary to open your eyes. Not every smile carries truth. Not every kind word comes from a pure heart. Remember Karna, a magnificent warrior, strong as few others, but blinded by a poisoned friendship. Duryodhana presented himself as an ally while using him as an instrument of his own desires, and by ignoring the signs and clinging to misguided loyalty, Karna lost everything in the end. Blindly clinging to toxic people is like walking towards flames believing the fire won't burn you, and you wonder if, by walking away, you won't be alone. Arjuna also asked me this, and I told him I replied that he who chooses the path of Dharma never walks alone, because I am present in every breath, in every step, and in every silent struggle. Forgive, yes, but do not confuse forgiveness with forgetting. Forgive to free your heart and preserve your peace, not to allow the same wound to be reopened. Do not offer new chances to those who have already shown that they wish to hurt you. Trust, my beloved, justice always finds its time and its way. Nothing remains hidden forever. And my children, approach with open hearts and silent minds. Many of you believe that you need to become something you are not yet, that you lack strength, courage, or wisdom. But I tell you, just as I did with Arjuna, I did not create a new man. I only revealed what was already dormant within him. The bow was always in his hands. The vision was always in his eyes. But fear and doubt prevented him from seeing his own greatness. Arjuna didn't become the best archer because I fought for him, but because I made him remember who he was. I showed him that the true enemy wasn't on the battlefield, but in his confused heart, trapped in attachment, guilt, and the fear of failure. When he understood this, his hand no longer trembled, his mind didn't wander, and his purpose became as clear as the rising sun. So it is with you, my son. Within you lies a strength that the world has tried to silence, a gift that has been covered by pain, rejection, and falls. Many told you that you couldn't do it, that you were too weak or too late to win. But I tell you now, nothing that was taken from you managed to extinguish what was born within you. It only fell asleep, awaiting the right moment to awaken. I come to show you the way, not an easy way, but a true way. The path to victory doesn't begin outside. It begins within. It begins when you decide to no longer run from your own responsibility, when you choose to act even when afraid, when you remain firm even when the world seems to crumble. Blessings are not random rewards. They are the fruits of constancy, righteousness, and fidelity to your essence. Don't compare yourself to others, for each warrior has their own battle and their own time. Arjuna needed to go through confusion, despair, and tears before rising as a victor. Similarly, your pains are not signs of defeat, but marks of the process that is shaping you. What weighs on your shoulders today will be the foundation of your strength tomorrow. Walk with discipline, think clearly, and act with courage. When your intention is pure and your heart is aligned with good, I will be with you every step of the way. Victories will come, not only as external achievements, but as inner peace, discernment, and firmness. And blessings will manifest when you understand that the greatest triumph is living according to the truth that dwells within you. You feel tired without having fought, wounded without remembering the blow, discouraged even before the battle begins. This happens because you have forgotten who you truly are. Like Arjuna, you have lost yourselves in the face of your own inner conflict. When Arjuna found himself on the battlefield, his hands trembled, his heart was confused, and his mind sought excuses to retreat. He saw enemies outside, but did not realize that the greatest battle was taking place within him. I did not give you ready-made victory. I gave you awareness. I showed you that fear was not a sign of weakness, but an invitation to overcome. I showed you that doubt was not the end, but the threshold of wisdom. Understand this, my children. I do not remove struggles from your path, because they are what awaken the power that sleeps within you. Within each of us lies a forgotten warrior, a being endowed with courage, intelligence, and sensitivity, but covered by layers of pain, trauma, guilt, and negative words heard throughout life. Like Arjuna, you have been taught to look only at your limitations and not at your true nature. I tell you now clearly, what you seek outside already lives within you. The strength you ask for, the direction you implore, the light you hope to descend from the sky, all of this already pulsates within your being. My role is only to remove the veil of ignorance, so that you may see what has always been there. When this happens, the path opens not because the world changes, but because you change. The path to victory is not made of shortcuts, but of daily choices. It is choosing to act with righteousness when it would be easier to give up. It is choosing silence when anger wants to dominate. It is choosing discipline when the body demands complacency. Every small decision aligned with truth strengthens the bow in your hands and firmly plants your feet on the ground of existence. The blessings I promise are not merely possessions, achievements, or applause. They manifest as mental clarity, peace in the heart, and spiritual firmness. They are blessings that no one can steal because they do not depend on circumstances. When Arjuna understood this, he stopped fighting out of fear of loss and began to act out of fidelity to his duty. It was at that moment that victory became inevitable. Do not think you are late, for the time of the soul is not the time of the world. Many bloom early and wither quickly. Others remain hidden for years until maturity reveals their true greatness. If today you feel invisible, know that the invisible is where strength prepares itself. The seed grows in the dark before breaking through the earth. I walk beside each of you, even when you don't realize it. I am present when you fall and when you rise. I am in sincere questioning, in the pain that teaches, in the silence that matures. Do not abandon the path just because it demands constancy. It was constancy that transformed Arjuna, and it will be constancy that will transform you. Rise with dignity. Hold firmly to the bow of your will. Keep your eyes fixed on the truth and your hearts detached from fear. The path of victories and blessings lies before you, not as an empty promise, but as a calling. And I tell you, with serenity and firmness, he who perseveres, who knows himself and who acts with awareness, never walks towards defeat. The calling does not come to confuse, it comes to awaken. But only he who silences the noise of the world can perceive its depth. I know that, for many, my teachings seem difficult, demanding, or distant from the life you lead. The ego resists, the mind questions. Fear tries to convince you that it is better to remain where you are. Yet, I tell you, he who follows my teachings does not remain small. Even without realizing it, he begins to walk beyond his own limits, beyond what he once believed to be possible. When I speak of discipline, I do not speak of prison, but of freedom. When I speak of detachment, I don't speak of loss, but of lightness. When I speak of correct action, I don't speak of perfection, but of awareness. My children, the world has taught you to seek quick results, immediate applause, and empty victories. I teach the path that builds from within, the one that no one sees at the beginning, but that sustains everything in the end. Many give up because they don't understand that transformation is silent. They expect grand signs, external changes, immediate recognition. But true progress begins when the mind becomes clearer, when the heart becomes less reactive, when the soul no longer bows before fear. It is at this point that you have already walked further than you imagine, even if the world doesn't yet perceive it. Follow my teachings and you will learn to act without becoming slaves to the result. They will learn to fight without hatred, to win without arrogance, to lose without destroying themselves. This is the power that liberates. This is how I guided Arjuna. I didn't promise the absence of pain, I promised vision. And vision took him beyond what he believed he was capable of achieving. Understand, my children, whoever lives reacting to the world becomes its prisoner. Whoever lives consciously becomes master of themselves. My teachings don't distance you from life, they place you at its center. You begin to see purpose where before you saw only chaos, learning where before you saw punishment, and strength where before you saw weakness. Don't be in a hurry. The true path doesn't hurry, it deepens. Each step taken with truth takes you further than years of empty effort. Even when it seems that nothing has changed, something essential is already being built within you. And what is born within in due time manifests itself firmly on the outside. I know the destiny of each one, but I don't impose it. I offer the path. The choice is yours. Those who trust, who persevere, and who apply my teachings in daily life discover that their limitations were illusions. They go further not because the world has become easy, but because they have become strong, lucid, and whole. My children, remain a little longer in this listening, for what I transmit is not revealed all at once. Many do not understand my call because they are still trapped by the external noise, the demands of the world, expectations that were not born from the heart. The call does not shout, does not force, does not impose. It whispers to the soul, and only those who slow down can recognize it. I see how many of you walk aimlessly, repeating cycles, trying to fill voids with fleeting achievements, fragile relationships, or promises that are never fulfilled. And when my call arises, some feel fear, others distrust, others think it is not for them. But I tell you, the call does not choose the strongest. It chooses those who are ready to awaken, even if they still feel weak. My teachings were not made to please the ego, but to liberate the soul. That's why many resist. They want comfort, but not transformation. They want ready-made answers, but they don't want to look inward. They want to move forward, but without abandoning old habits, old attachments, and old illusions. Thus, they don't understand that following my teachings is, above all, an act of inner courage. When you decide to follow the path I show you, something begins to change silently. The mind becomes more attentive, the heart less agitated, the gaze clearer. You begin to realize that not every battle needs to be fought, that not every provocation deserves a response, that not every loss is defeat. This understanding already takes you further than you imagine, even if you don't yet see visible fruits. Many think that going far means dominating others, accumulating wealth, or being recognized. I teach you something deeper. Going far is not being dominated by fear, anger, or illusion. It is standing firm when everything seems uncertain. It is acting correctly even when no one is watching. It is remaining faithful to the truth even when the world chooses deception. Just like Arjuna, you too find yourselves facing inner battlefields. Doubts, guilt, disordered desires, and insecurities try to paralyze your steps. I don't take away these battles because they reveal who you truly are. What I do is offer you vision, discernment, and direction, so that you don't get lost in the midst of conflict. Follow my teachings and you will learn that every experience has a purpose. Pain teaches, silence matures, waiting strengthens. Nothing is in vain when lived consciously. Even mistakes become teachers when you take responsibility and move forward without condemning yourselves. This is one of the greatest lessons. Not to be imprisoned by the past nor to get lost in the anxiety of the future. I know that many become discouraged because they expect quick changes. But true growth is not rushed. It deepens. That which grows too fast does not take root, and the first wind knocks it down. I am forming a firm foundation in you, so that when victories arrive, you know how to sustain them without getting lost. Trust, my children. Even when you don't fully understand the path, walk it. Every step taken with sincerity moves you away from ignorance and closer to the truth. You are going further than you think, overcoming limits that once seemed insurmountable. And you will go even further, not by brute force, but by awakened consciousness.